Hi, and welcome to Grandad on Enfield. I hope everyone's happy at this Christmas time. Just two things I want to talk about. First of all, the Royal Enfield Bullet. I was reading the bike magazine and I came across an article or a review for the Bullet 500 from the 59 to 60, 1959 to 1960 model. This is their words, not mine. So long as the British motorcycle industry continues to produce motorcycles of the calibre of the current range of the current Royal Enfield Bullet, there is no need to debate upon the survival of the single. Well, as we know, the same bike became outdated a mere 5 years later. I think it's the same sense as the whole industry had at the time, this of telling the people, really, to be honest, what they wanted without asking them. And this was the downfall of the whole British motorbike industry. But that's a story for another day. So, why do I think my Enfield should be a Mark 6? Well, I don't think it should be a Mark 6, it should be a Series 6. Because if we go over the history of the Interceptor, the first one was built in 1960. It was a modified version of the company's 962 Constellation or depending where you read from, the media or the super media. Again, I say it depends on what history you read. Royal Enfield then made the bike made 50 horsepower. The Royal Enfield tried to make a better engine, but the bike suffered problems. It was hard to start, blowing head gasket, distorting crankcases and flexing forks. The Series 1 came out, and that was actually called the Interceptor 700. So in 62 they brought out the Series 1 with upgrades to the engine case, a new dynamically balanced crankshaft, and there was a rare model in 62 with a single cab. It was built until 66, where it was replaced with the Series 1A in 67, where Royal Enfield closed down its main factory in Redditch, and all production was discontinued except for the Interceptor. This was transferred to the factory in Bradford upon Avon. Its main changes were coil ignition, eliminating the magneto, new chrome tank and seat, a couple of other little upgrades and stuff, but not. So then it goes on to the Series 2 Interceptor. Now at the start, these the crankcase is flexing, or the crankcase is distorting. This led to a lot of oil leaks, and it was actually not until 3 years after, in 63, where they really sorted it. But onto the Series 2, now this is where they really did kind of try and sort it. The engine was a major redesign of the Series 1A. This included a wet sump engine to improve oil flow to its crankshaft and a few other small changes. The engine was used until the end of production in 1970. Now, I could be wrong here, but I know Floyd Clymer bought a batch of the Series 2 engines to use in a motorcycle that he intended to sell it as Indian history says he died before this could happen. But I have seen Indian interceptors. Not many of them, but if anyone can clarify that for me, it'd be brilliant. Anyway, Rickman Motorcycles bought the entire batch and made the Rickman Interceptor. Now, a lesser known fact is that Royal Enfield made a prototype Series 3 Interceptor to replace the Series 2. It was bought out to make 778. I think at the time it was the largest British parallel twin motorcycle engine put into production. Well, it would have been put into production. So that actually never made it to production. So on to 2017 and debut of the new Interceptor. Now with the black and chrome tank, it was named the Mark I, followed by my one with the red and chrome tank, which was the Mark II. And as we see, we've had the 700 Interceptor with the engine marked VAX for it was mainly for export to Canada and America. So that was the fourth one. Then we had the Series 1 Interceptor. Then we had the Series 1A Interceptor built in the Bradford-on-Avon factory. There was the Series 2 Interceptor and a prototype, the Series 3. But I don't think we'll count that as it never went into production. So from 1960 to 1970 there were 4 Interceptor models. So that makes mine Series 6, maybe? Now, I was going to do a history on the bullet as well, if anyone's interested, let me know. But what do you think? Should my bullet be... Well, I wish they would have kept with the series naming, keeping in line with it, but should mine be a Mark II or Series 6? I'll let you decide. Thanks. Ride safe, get home, and ride your own ride, Grandad on Enfield.